Hey, happy birthday and happy New Year. And Mom, it's your birthday, January 1st, 2011, 1/1/11. And can you tell me, Mom, a little bit about your mom, Alice?
Okay, except that's not my mom, Alice. That's my mother's sister, Linda Hackbarths, who, this was her confirmation just before she was 16 years old. And she got sick and she passed away when she was 16. But a lovely, lovely young girl. And she looks very much like my mother's sister, Aunt Ruth, in the face. She doesn't look so much like my mother, but she certainly looks pretty. And I believe that her pretty outfit was purchased by her grandma, Kastens, because her dad didn't have very much money at that time. His wife had died from the Spanish influenza, and so they were struggling. But I believe that her grandma bought this outfit for her.
I see. Well, then let's see. Let's go to your mom here. Your mom and dad. Tell me more about your mom and dad.
Well, this is my mom and dad's wedding, and I believe they got married in January of 1926. I'm not absolutely positive right now, but it was close around there. And she was just past 17, and I believe he was 21.
Yeah.
And this is the wedding picture of my parents, Edward Gustav Knuth and Alice Bertha Hackbarths. And they're both young. She's 17, he's 21. And they fell in love. He was supposed to be a minister, but he didn't want to be. And they fell in love and they got married. And they had a good family. Okay.
And what else? What else you want to show me? You want to show me this picture?
Okay, this is a picture of my mother.
Which one's your mother?
This one right here is my mother, Alice. These are her siblings. Okay, this is her older brother George, who was a Marine, George Hackbarths, and he worked in the Pentagon for a few years. This is her sister Linda, the one you saw the picture of before. Okay, and this is her little sister Ruth, who is my godmother, Ruth Hackbarths Remscheck. And this is the baby of the family, Laverne Hackbarths, and she was adopted by the sister of her mother because her mother had passed away when she was this age. This is my uncle Elmer Hackbarths, and he was a farmer, and we went up to his farm and we helped him pick pickles and all kinds of things on his farm. So those are her siblings. And I believe that all of them are gone.
And so tell me some more about your mom's childhood or teenage years.
Okay, my mom was 8 when her mother died in 1918 of the Spanish influenza. And both she and her sister Linda were put out to work as maids.
Maids?
Yes.
What years approximately, you know?
Oh, probably 1920. My mother only completed 5th grade. She didn't go any further because they didn't think it was necessary for women at that time anyway. So, and George ran away from home, and Elmer did later too, and they went to their grandma and grandpa Kastens, the ones who I believe purchased Linda's confirmation dress, because they were the nicest and they took care of them.
So your mom or sister were maids for a while, huh?
They were, not exactly maids, but like kitchen skivvies, they called them. They peeled potatoes, did
in houses
cooking,
and restaurants,
scrubbing.
where?
In houses, friends of my mother's aunt, until, well, let's say from the time she was 10 until she was 17. So,
Did she go to high school in Milwaukee? What'd she do? I mean, she go to school?
My mother only went to 5th grade at Clark Street Elementary School, and that's the same school that I attended and graduated from 6th grade.
Oh, wow.
So that was kind of nice.
Clark Street, huh?
Yes,
only to 5th
Clark
grade.
Street School.
And that was kind of normal for the times, right? I mean, a lot of people would just go to 5th or 6th or 7th.
Women in particular, unless you had money and could attend a private school.
What's her birth year and her,
My mother was born January 28th, 1909. I don't know about the other siblings right off the top of my head.
Wow. And you don't have too many pictures of her past 40, except for this one, right? I mean,
yes, this is probably one of the later ones because we were living out on the farm in Franklin.
Yeah.
on Oakwood Road. And it's possible my father had even died before this picture was taken. And this picture was taken by her youngest sister, Laverne Hackbarths, the baby on the picture before.
So this would have been 40, what, 49?
Probably, no, 51, 51. My father died in 1950, so she would have been alone in 50 or 51. And then she died too in 1951.
Yeah.
But I feel that this is my mother. This is the pleasant-faced, kind woman that I knew her to be.
Yeah.
So, and this is the way she dressed.
Looks a little bit like Aunt Audrey, I can see. A little bit like Aunt Audrey. A little bit like you, but I think Aunt Audrey would probably be the closest match, I'm guessing. And what is this? This is the farm? Is it the farmhouse?
This is our farmhouse at 6015 West Oakwood Road in the town of Franklin. And we bought it for about $8,000, the money that we sold our home on 30th Street for. 8 acres of land we raised mostly.
8 acres for 8,000?
8 acres for $8,000.
One house or two houses on it?
One house, and a chicken coop and a milk house.
I see.
There was a barn in the back, but that was not part of the deal. That belonged to the neighbor up the road.
So what are your best memories of that area, that particular farmhouse?
I don't really have that many
10,
memories
11,
of that
12,
house.
13?
I was there about 12, 13, 14, and then I went to live with my Aunt Ruth, my godmother, after my mother passed away because it wasn't a good place for me.
Sure.
I was a city girl. I wanted to ride the buses and streetcars and go to the movies.
What month did your mom pass away?
She died in November 6th, 1951, I believe.
Yeah, and that was just about, what, a year and a half or two after Dad died? Or no?
Yes, about a year and something after he died.
That's not
now
a good thing. And now who's this?
This is of my father's family. This is a lady that I really like. Her name is Ida Wichtel Knuth. This would be my father's grandmother. And
your father's grandmother?
Yes.
Really?
My father's grandmother. Wow. This is the lady who came in, I'm trying to remember the year. I think it was around 1880, but I'm not positive at this time. She came over to the United States from her town where they got married called Roman. I'm not sure how the Germans pronounced it, but it was Roman in what they called Kreis Kolberg-Korlen, and it is now Polish in the Polish country.
So this was a city called Roman in the Germany area, but on the border.
Actually, Pomerania, which was a German territory. There was no Germany per se at that time. They were all German territories, sometimes called duchies. Anyway, she came over.
Duchies. What was called duchies?
The areas duchies because dukes. Dukes ran them.
I see.
Duke had a duchy. And so she came over with her husband, Karl Knuth, and 3 children. My grandfather, Emil, his brother Gustav, and baby Mary Knuth.
Wow.
And so for her to leave her family, leave her home with 3 babies and come to the United States was quite. I don't want to say an adventure. It was hard.
Sure.
It was hard.
What was her maiden name?
Wichtel.
And her married name?
Her married name was Knuth.
Knuth, K-N-U-T-H, huh?
Yes.
And did you remember her when you were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old?
No, I never saw her. I believe she died before I was born. But from what I hear, she was a really good woman. Very church-oriented, totally involved in her church. Just a nice person.
Well, let's continue this in an hour or two, and we'll talk some more, okay?
Okay.